All right. There we go. So, tap in, tap in, tap in. Let me start this up over here. So, yesterday, we asked the question, did OJ do it? And we had some difficulties, technical difficulties, so we had to kind of pause it, and it was just messy. I mean, I had glitches everywhere, so I decided to pause it and resume it today. So now we are back in the building. Let me know if y'all can hear it. If y'all can hear it, let me know. Just tap in like I can hear it, or send me some emojis if you can hear it. But we're about to get started. My name is Johnny, and this is the Johnny Show live. So make sure y'all tell y'all people we are in the building. And we're going to talk about this OJ thing, y'all. So we're going to get started here in just a second. Let's go. All right, what's up? What's up? We are in the building, down here live, Peoria, Illinois, and we're in the warehouse district. That's where the studio is. So definitely trying to come up, and I want to encourage everybody to support us, whether it is with your shares, your likes, your emojis, financial, any way that you can support us, I'll take it. All right, so we're back in the building, y'all. We got to talk about this OJ thing. And if you see me look over here a little bit, it's because I got TikTok going on, so I want to make sure I address the TikTok people because they be going hard, y'all. They be tapping in and showing their support. So I got to show support to TikTok as well. But with that being said, we're also on Facebook. We are on YouTube, and we're on Instagram, and of course TikTok. So we're on 4 different platforms all over. We are getting the word everywhere, and hopefully we're growing and getting more stuff out there, more content out there. So that's what's up. I'm down here in the studio here, all types of noises. I think they're doing some work upstairs, but nevertheless, we're going to go into this topic. But first of all, I want to ask y'all, because I kind of thought of this joke just recently. Who y'all voting for? Y'all voting for Sleepy Joe or y'all voting for Sleepy Trump? We're going to have to do a segment on that. Because some people love their Trump. You know what I'm saying? Biden is mediocre. Even if you're going to vote for Biden, sometimes the response is mediocre. But what really gets me is that they're both older men, like really, really older men. I mean, I hope I get to see their age and be moving around like them and stuff like that. But they are both really old men. And that's the decision that we have to vote for in America, is which sleepy president you're going to vote for. I don't really think Biden is sleepy. Obviously, Trump was taking some naps in the courthouse just recently, so he definitely earned that right to be called a sleepy president. So I don't think he no longer has the right to call Joe Biden a sleepy president. So it is what it is. That's who we got to vote for, and we got to pick one. We're going to have to pick the less evils president. So that's what we're stuck with. So I hope as a country we make the right decision. So the topic of the day, y'all. Did OJ do it? Now, it's been a lot of speculation that points in the direction of him doing it. Okay, when I say doing it, I mean murdering those two people, Nicole and her friend, were both murdered that one fateful night. And people for a long time have been thinking it was OJ. But OJ went to trial. He first ran from the cops in the Bronco. But he went to trial, hired the best lawyers in the business, Johnny Cochran, and that whole dream team lawyer team. And they really what they did was they found technicalities. It wasn't the fact that they found reasons that he didn't do it, but they got him off on technicalities. It was just so many things that just didn't add up. And one of the biggest things that didn't add up was the fact that he put on leather gloves, was supposedly wearing by the killer that night. And when the gloves didn't fit, you gotta quit. That was the most famous phrase. If they don't fit, you must have quit. So it was a really, really high charge crime. It's one that divided the nation for sure. White people was like, he did it, he guilty. Black people was like, nah, he ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wanted him to get off. One of my theories as far as why I believe we wanted to get off, because it was a lot of bullshit going on in that time with black folks. We were getting beat by the cops. It was just so much racial tension that time of our lives. So when it was a black man put on trial and he had a chance to get off, I think we rallied for him and we kind of stuck by his side, whether he did it or not. I don't think that was relevant. I think it was the fact that we were beating the system. Finally, we had a chance to just stick our in the system and be like, you know what I'm saying? Because the system had always been so unequal for us. It was like our time to show that we was able to beat the system, so to speak, beat the man. And I mean, I think that's what that really was about for a lot of, especially older black men, because they've seen it a lot and they've been through it all. And so when OJ was accused of killing, Ron Goldman was his name, and Nicole Simpson, even though murder is always, don't get me wrong, murder is always bad. There's no time that murder is okay. Murder is always bad. But like the tension got built up so high with us having to deal with so much bullshit, then that's what you got out of it. I'll never condone violence. I'll never condone murder. So don't get me wrong when I say that. Don't get me wrong when I say that it was justified, because it wasn't justified. It was never justified. I don't care if she was cheating on him, whatever happened. I don't care. Nobody should have died. Point blank, period. So that's what I will say about that. So case never been solved. If anybody is a face of going to the grave with my secrets, that's OJ. He definitely went to the grave, and nobody knows what really happened that day besides him, God, Nicole Simpson, and Ron Simpson. That's it. That's the only people who know. Those are the people who's there. And so it needs to take forensics to decide what happened. Now, here's the thing. OJ got off on the criminal case. I don't know if a lot of you know this. He got off on the criminal case, but he did not get off on the civil case. They used the same evidence in the first court case to charge him, and he did not get off on the civil case. So he owes their family millions of dollars. Well, his estate does. Okay. So with that being said, I want to play y'all this video, and I want y'all to decide, because this video, it basically has him confessing to the murder, what he would have did, how he would have did it, and all of that. So this man actually did a video talking about, in a book, if I did the murder. And it's really, especially now that he passed away, it's really, it's kind of creepy, you know, because he goes by step how he would have, or if he did actually kill those people. So while I pull this up, just let me know, y'all, what y'all think about it. Do y'all think this is something that is going to be done with and we're going to move on, we're not going to talk about it no more, or do you think it's something that we're going to have to deal with for a while in our lifetime? You can leave your comments, and I'll definitely
O.J. puts himself hypothetically at the scene of the crime.
The chapter 6 is called The Night in Question. And you write in the book, now picture this and keep in mind that this is hypothetical. Why don't you tell me what might have happened on the night of June 12th, 1994? And let's just walk through the night.
Well, first of all, this is very difficult for me to do this. It's very difficult for me because it's hypothetical. I know and I accept the fact that people are going to feel whatever way they're going to feel. They're going to, whatever they want to feel. In the book, the hypothetical is
Charlie pulls out.
Charlie. This guy Charlie shows up, the guy who I recently become friends with, and I don't know why he had been by Nicole's house, but it told me you wouldn't believe what's going on over there. And I remember thinking, well, whatever's going on over there's got to stop, right? So we kind of hooked up together, and I'm kind of broad stroking this. We go over, get into Bronco and go over.
Let's just go back and do the details. Where did you park?
Do the detail.
You park
in the hypothetical, go in the alley.
You park in the alley.
Yeah.
And you put on a wool cap and gloves.
In the hypothetical, I put on a cap and gloves.
Right. And you reached under the seat for
a knife. I always kept a knife in the car for the crazies and stuff, because you can't travel with a gun. And I remember Charlie saying, you ain't bringing that. And I didn't, right? But I believe he took it.
Charlie took the knife?
Yeah. In the book.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the back gate, you go through the back gate?
Yes.
And it was open or broken or?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I go to the front and I'm looking to see what's going on. And I can see that it appears like Nicole had candles all the time. She really did, to keep her overhead down, I think. And music was on, and while I was there, a guy shows up.
So Ron Goldman comes in the back gate.
Yeah, a guy I really didn't recognize. I may have seen him around, but I really didn't recognize him to be anyone. And in the mood I was in, I started having words with him.
He says to you, I just came by to return a pair of glasses. Judy left them at the restaurant.
Yeah, words to that effect, yes.
And
I don't know if I believed it or didn't believe it. It was pretty much immaterial because, I was more concerned about everything that was going on, and was fed up with it, I guess. And
you get into a fight. Nicole comes out.
A verbal fight. Got a little loud, and by that time, Nicole had come out, and we started having words about who is this guy, why is he here, what's going on.
And she says, this is my house, get the F out of here.
Yes, and which I didn't like, because once again, this is the same person, and if you read the book, you'll see some things that happened in the 2 weeks leading up to this that were very, very irritating, and I think Charlie had followed this guy in, wanted to make sure there was no problem, and he brought the knife. As things got heated, I just remember Nicole fell and hurt herself. And this guy kind of got into a karate thing. And I said, well, you think you can kick my ass? And I remember I grabbed the knife. I do remember that portion, taking the knife from Charlie. And to be honest, after that, I don't remember. Except I'm standing there, there's all kind of stuff around, and
what kind of stuff?
Blood and stuff around. I hate to say this, but this is
Right.
I know we got to back up again.
Okay. I want to back up.
All right. This
is hard. I want to back up to...
try to make people think that I'm...
No. You wrote in the book, I had never seen so much blood in my life.
Yes.
You're covered, the scene. Can you describe it?
It's hard for me to describe it, I'm telling you. I don't think any two people could be murdered the way they were without everybody being covered in blood. And of course, I think we've all seen the grisly pictures after. So, yeah, I think everything is covered, would have been covered in blood.
And what goes through your mind at a time like that?
I don't know. It's like, what happened?
Right. Mm-hmm. You write about removing a glove before taking the knife from Charlie.
I had no conscious memory of doing that, but obviously I must have, because they found the glove there.
and blacking out. Have you ever blacked out before?
Not to my knowledge.
No.
No, of course. Of course, if something like this would take place in anybody's life, if it were to happen, I would imagine it's something that you would probably automatically have trouble wrapping your mind around it.
It's crazy.
It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
Staggering first-hand details about the crime scene, which he says are hypothetical.
You wrote in the book, I had never seen so much blood in my life.
It's hard for me to describe it, I'm telling you. I don't think any two people could be murdered the way they were without everybody being covered in blood.
Then you see bloody footprints and you decide to take off.
Yes. Actually, I believe Charlie kept saying, we got to get out of here.
And in the book you describe taking off your shoes, your pants, and your shirt and dropping it in a bundle. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And do you remember what happened?
Because what are you going to do with it? You know, somebody's got to get rid of, as you may have called during the trial, is wear the bloody clothes. So somebody had to get rid of the bloody clothes.
Right. And you had left your keys and wallet in your pants pocket, and you had to go back and get it?
You know, to be honest, I think, I know that to be true, yes. Yes.
And Charlie is hysterical, screaming, Jesus Christ, OJ, Jesus Christ. And you tell him to
Yeah,
shut
he's in a
up.
panic. He was in a panic. And I'm telling him to shut up. Let's get out of here.
So you get back in the car, you take in your clothes, put them in a bundle.
And drove back and parked a block away because I knew the limo would be there, and came across the backyard through the 2 tennis courts and, you know, came through the house.
So you went through the neighbors.
Neighbors, yeah, he had a tennis court, then I had a tennis court.
And you go into the house, and what happens in the house?
I ran upstairs to take a shower. I actually ran upstairs and took some of my bags and came back downstairs and put them out front.
Did y'all hear that? Like, my thing is, he described that purpose perfectly. Like, he painted a picture in my head as if he was there. I counted everything. Everything was crystal clear in his mind. If you ever hear like a murderer, it's like they black out as the murder's taking place. To me, that's the only part that he didn't describe is when the murders were taking place. She asked him, did he ever blacked out? He's like, I don't know. I don't think so. You blacked out with rage. That's what that was. You blacked out with rage. Now, with that being said, there's another gentleman who's coming forth to saying he committed the murders from the what they call it, the quote unquote OJ crime, OJ murders. He admits, he said he committed, and I think that's just to throw muddy into the water and kind of pivot us away from what actually happened. But y'all heard it there. Like, this is no good at all. If he murdered somebody, there's nothing you can do now because he's gone. He lived his whole life. And Nicole and Ron Simpson life was taken. So I said before, there's never, ever a reason for someone to commit murder. I don't care what type of situation that you're in. It's just no reason for that. No excuses for that. So I just hope y'all make sure y'all take something away from this. One thing I like to tell people is get out of toxic relationships. That's how it all starts. If you're in a toxic relationship, get out, run for the hills. Because if it gets too bad, then yeah. Find out what people are willing to put in their food and stuff like that, and how they cook their food, your significant other, because you don't want people slipping something in your food. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to end with that. I want y'all to leave y'all comments. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think he did it? Do y'all think he's guilty? If so, put your comments in the comment section, and I'll read them next time I go on air. I'll read them live on air. Okay? Cool. Well, thank y'all for watching. You have a good night.